Hi, I'm Sabine, the Purpose Lawyer. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this podcast. It really goes a long way. It helps us spread the good word. And if you or anybody you know is in the market for legacy or estate planning or business or trademarks, please reach out to our firm. It's the Ambitious Legacy Firm. We are licensed in New York and New Jersey, but we have service partners in all states. So we'd love to work with you. Asset protection, legacy planning, trademarks. We got you. It's theambitiouslegacyfirm.com. Now let's get into the episode. Welcome to another episode of the Ambitious Legacy Podcast. I'm your host, Sabine, the Purpose Lawyer. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for helping me be on purpose. So this week, I'm kind of just venting a little bit because I'm in the middle of a hiring process at my firm. And, you would think that it's just easy. There's candidates out there. You could just, put out an ad, find somebody, and it's good to go. But it really isn't, right? It's so challenging nowadays. There's a couple of things that's going on. There's people who don't want to work in person. There is people who don't want to work, period. There is just like an overabundance of maybe people who believe they're qualified for a certain position, or they want like $1 million because, we're in the place where we are, right? Thank you, COVID. So, but given that, even before that, like it's just a challenge. And being able to like lead people for a few years, I realized that you can't just have anyone be part of your culture, right? It's a process. There is the right fit, there is the right chemistry, and it needs to be as much of a marriage, as a marriage is, right? Like you're at work more than you're home most of the time. And so this is the type of thing that really takes some finessing, and you can't just be really quick about it, right? And so I wanted to this kind of sort of brought up some things for me because a lot of my skill set in terms of selecting the right person, or my perceived skill set, right, comes from me thinking about the type of employee that I was. Because fun fact, in my opinion, was a terrible employee because I was very focused on dollars. Like I just wanted to make money. I wasn't thinking about like the role. Like, is this a role I really want to be in, like long term? How does this fit into my big picture? There was none of that for me back then before I actually became an attorney and started my own firm. I worked in different corporate roles. I worked in mortgage companies, banks. I worked for a venture finance firm. And so I had good jobs. I was actually good in terms of learning quickly, picking up, being able to execute. But my problem is I would get bored, right? Because I didn't really think through like actually obtaining this role. So anyways, I think about all the things that I did once I got bored and how like my decline began in each particular role where I was just like, yeah, I need to get a new job. So I think about that, and that's what I use to sort of evaluate. But I'm not like really skilled, right? It's not my avenue in terms of selecting employees. And I realized that it is a skill, right? It's a true talent.